Hi everyone. Alright, we're working on long division of polynomials today. And it is a lot like when you learned how to do long division, like in 4th or 5th grade, whenever that happened. The algorithm that we use is the same. And I'm going to write that down. Had a student a few years back remind me of that. And he wrote D, M, S, B. And I've been using it ever since when I've taught this. Divide, then you multiply, then you subtract, and then you bring down. And then we'll talk about, let's look at that within an example. And my first example, let's divide 2x cubed plus 9x squared plus 5x minus 12 by x plus 3. Alright, well when you set it up like with that same symbol there that you used back in the day. And this is the dividend, this is the divisor. And the answer we get up here is going to be the quotient. So we have 2x cubed plus 9x squared plus 5x minus 12. Now the divide step, you just take the lead term. I've got 2x cubed. I'm going to do the dividing over here and divide by the x, which is the lead term of the divisor. And that is 2x squared. And that's what goes up here. I'm going to line it up with the x squared term that's in the dividend. And that's my divide step. Now I'm going to multiply, and it's let's remember that it'll be a distributive property. 2x squared times x is 2x cubed. 3 times 2x squared is 6x squared. So 2x cubed plus 6x squared on the multiplying step. Now I'm going to subtract. I do make a point to kind of group that and put a minus sign because you're subtracting both terms. And then 2x cubed minus 2x cubed by design cancels out. 9x squared minus 6x squared is 3x squared. And now, so I've subtracted, now I'm going to bring down. And that's my 5x. And then you start all over again. So the lead term that's left now is 3x squared. The lead term of the divisor is still just x. And 3x squared divided by x is 3x. So I'll put a plus 3x here. 3x times x is 3x squared. Let's see, 3x times 3 is 9x. And so I've multiplied. Now I'm going to subtract. Those cancel. 5x minus 9x is negative 4x. And then I'm going to bring down negative 12. And that's negative 4x divided by x is negative 4. So I'll put a negative 4 right there. And then I'm going to multiply. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Oh, looky there. When we subtract, we get 0. We have 0 for the remainder. We still have remainders and things, and we'll talk maybe in another example, look how to deal with that. But, so, essentially, what you've got is x plus 3 times, well, let me start another way. My dividend, 2x cubed plus 9x squared plus 5x minus 12 is equal to x plus 3 times 2x squared plus 3x minus 4. And I write a plus 0 at the end. And like I said, this is the dividend. So let's use f of x for the dividend. And all of them will work this way, equals d of x, or the divisor, times q of x, which is the quotient, plus r of x. In this case it's 0, the remainder is 0, which is the remainder. Hopefully that was showing up. I just looked over and that may not have been in the screenshot there. So there's our first example. And also you can rewrite this if you take your f of x divided by d of x, your dividend divided by your divisor, that will equal q of x, and I'm kind of dividing through by d of x, plus r of x over d of x. Think about this. If I divide this by d of x and this side by d of x, the d of x's will cancel, and then you have r of x over d of x. And that, when we have a remainder that's not 0, we're going to make that fraction. All right. Next example that I have for you is, I wrote it here somewhere. Let's take x to the 4th minus 4x squared minus 6 divided by x minus 3. So on this one, I'm going to put the x minus 3, the divisor, on the outside here. I'm going to put x to the 4th. I'm going to do something here. I want all the powers descending to happen, and I don't have an x to the 3rd power, so I'm going to write 0x to the 3rd. Then I'll write minus 4x squared. I'm going to write plus 0x and minus 6. I didn't have an x to the 3rd term here, or I didn't have an x to the 1st term here, so I'm just going to put those in just to keep things lined up nice and easy. And I'm going to go through the divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down step. The first one is the divide step here. I'm going to take x to the 4th divided by x, and that is x to the 3rd. I'm going to put x to the 3rd right there. X to the 3rd times x is x to the 4th. X to the 3rd times negative 3 is negative 3x to the 3rd. I'm going to subtract that. That cancels. 0 minus negative 3 is positive 3, x to the 3rd. And I'm going to bring down minus 4x squared. And now the divide step. 3x to the 3rd is leading now. Divide that by x, and that's 3x squared. So let's go plus 3x squared. 3x squared times x is 3x cubed. Negative 3 times 3x squared is negative 9x squared. And I'm subtracting. After I multiplied, I subtract. And negative 4 minus negative 9, that's negative 4 plus 9, that's 5x squared. And I'm going to bring down 0x. And then I'm going to divide 5x squared by x, and that is 5x. So let's add 5x here. And 5x times x is 5x squared. Negative 3 times 5x is negative 15x. And so I multiplied, I'm going to subtract. That cancels. 0 minus negative 15 is positive 15x. And then one last term to bring down is negative 6. And I've got 15x divided by x on my division. That's 15. So I'll write plus 15 here. And I have 15x when I multiply, and negative 3 times 15 is negative 45. And I'll subtract that. That cancels. Negative 6 minus negative 45. Negative 6 plus 45 is 39. Now that is a remainder. Now, in the past, you might have remembered writing things like R39, remainder 39, but that's kid stuff. We're not going to do that. I'm going to write that, as I showed you earlier, as a fraction. 39 is the remainder function, essentially, over the divisor, x minus 3. So there's my answer right there, my quotient. Okay, I have one more example I wanted to do with you. And it is six x to the fourth minus 4x to the third plus 2x minus 1 divided by x squared minus x plus 2. Alright, now that's a little bigger of a divisor than what we had in the others. So let me write my divisor out. X squared minus x plus 2. And then the dividend. 6x to the fourth minus 4x to the third plus 0x squared. I didn't have an x squared term in there. Plus 2x and minus 1. Alright, let's divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. And 6x to the fourth over x squared is 6x squared. I'm going to write that right there. I'm going to go all the way to this x squared term there. And 6x squared times x squared is 6x to the fourth. 6x squared times negative x is negative 6x to the third. And 2 times 6x squared is 12x squared. And I'm going to subtract that. And you're canceling. Negative 4 minus negative 6. Negative 4 plus 6 actually is 2x to the third. 0 minus 12. That's negative 12x squared. And then let's bring down. Notice we have 3 terms here, but we have 3 terms in our divisor, so that's a good thing. 2x cubed divided by x squared. That is 2x. So I'm going to go plus 2x. That's my dividing. Now my multiplying, which I distribute. 2x times x squared is 2x cubed. 2x times negative x is negative 2x squared. 2x times 2 is positive 4x. And we're subtracting. That cancels. Negative 12 minus negative 2. Negative 12 plus 2, which is negative 10x squared. 2x minus 4x is negative 2x. And one more to bring down. That's negative 1. And one last division, because we brought down our last number. We've got to do this one more time. I've got negative 10x squared over x squared. And that's negative 10. So we'll put minus 10 up here. Negative 10 times x squared is negative 10x squared. Negative 10 times negative x is positive 10x. 2 times negative 10 is negative 20. We are canceling. Negative 2, and now it's time to subtract, sorry. negative 2 minus 10, that's negative 12x. Negative 1 minus negative 20, that's negative 1 plus 20 is 19. So there is our remainder. And with that remainder, I'm going to write plus negative 12x plus 19 over x squared minus x plus 2, the divisor there. And right here is my answer to the division problem. I will point out that the degree here is 1. When it gets smaller than the degree of your divisor, you're done. Okay. You guys have a good day.